Hi, this is Vicki Jervickas at the Greater Gainesville Chamber, and I am the Director of Public Policy and Grassroots Engagement. I'm here today with James Ingle. Happy to have him, and he is one of our candidates for the City Commission, District 2. So he's going to tell us a little bit about himself and answer some questions for us. Welcome, James.
All right, thanks, Vicki. Like you said, I'm running for Gainesville City Commission, District 2. And kind of how I came to run was I was just really tired of seeing people struggle here in Gainesville. You know, I always say Gainesville is a great place to live. It's a hard place to earn a living. Mm-hmm. And I think we can do better. I want to see that change.
Okay, terrific. Well, let's jump right in and
right.
We'll get some questions and answers from you, and then we'll have a little time to chat more at the end.
Great.
So first question is, and you touched on it in your little opening, what are the three most important concerns facing Gainesville right now?
So whatever number you put on that, 3, 5, 10 most important concerns.
Right.
I think it all comes back to, like, everything is either caused or complicated by the struggles people face here. So, you know, if you look at the crime rate, if you look at the trouble people have with housing, if you look at troubles with transportation, all of that is tied back to people have a hard time getting by in Gainesville. You know, I think until we address that root cause, we're going to continue to see all these symptoms pop up in all sorts of different places. So my biggest focus is making sure people have access to affordable housing, making sure we've got decent careers available for people, making sure people are treated decently on their jobs. You know, one of the things I'm very proud of that I got accomplished here in Gainesville was, you know, we heard a lot of stories about people not being paid by their employers. So we built this coalition of responsible businesses and community groups and faith leaders. And I kind of led the charge on getting this wage theft ordinance passed. It's literally put more than $100,000 in wages back into the pockets of workers whose bosses weren't paying them. Mm-hmm. So doing steps like that, not only accomplishing it, but building the coalitions that it takes to make improvements, you know, listen to the community, seeing what concrete problems are that have addressable answers, and working towards those is something I've got experience with, and I really enjoy doing here. And now I'd like to try it from the other side of the dais.
Okay, very good. That's an interesting segue right into our next question, which is, what do you think the role of the Gainesville City Commission is in our community?
Well, I mean, there's some like technical answers for that, right? Like, we're going to set the city budget. We're going to be the kind of board of directors for GRU. We are going to set policy and direct the charter officers to do what they do. But more than that, what I think we are is a representative of the people, right? Like, you know, we need to listen to what the issues and problems are in the community, reach out to groups that address these, people that are problem solvers, people that have, you know, experience and ideas on how to address these and craft some solutions to the hurdles that our people here are facing. Mm-hmm. And I think, to me, that's the underlying core of it, is just seeing what needs to be done to the city, listening to the folks here, and seeing what problems we can address to make life a little bit better for everybody in Gainesville.
Very good. So this gives you an opportunity to drill down a little bit more. What would be your top priorities and projects if you're elected?
So again, there's plenty of issues to look at, but I'll tell you the one that is really closest to my heart, and that is apprenticeship programs. So it is really hard for me to overstate the impact that apprenticeships had on my life. Like, I went from just kind of looking for a job to I really learned a trade. I went to a local electrical apprenticeship program here in Gainesville. That got me a trade, that's got me insurance, that's got me a steady job. I've become the president of the local electricians union. And it's really opened up a huge amount of opportunities in my life. You know, I didn't go to college, you know, but I've still got, you know, a good retirement plan. I've still got not only enough to kind of take care of me and my family, but the ability to kind of give back. And you know, I've gone back and taught at this apprenticeship program. So currently we got a couple different problems in Gainesville, right? One is people are looking for decent jobs. There's some places in town that, you know, you look around and your options are retail or service, and that's not great for building a life with sometimes. We've also got a problem in we're having a hard time filling some positions, GRU, general government with the city, and the housing authority and places like that that need tradesmen. So I think we can take these two problems and use them to cancel each other out. We really expand our training programs here instead of us going out and trying to attract talent from outside of town or hire craftsmen and tradesmen from outside of town. We can expand existing apprenticeship programs. We can do outreach into areas that need better jobs. And I can tell you, if you get somebody coming from a background that doesn't have job security, the transformation is generational. Like it makes a huge difference to take somebody living in poverty, give them a path out of that, and not only for themselves but for their family coming behind them, because now they can start to have a house to pass down, or they can take their kids to the doctor. They know they're going to be able to retire one day. It makes a huge difference, and it has these big rippling effects. And I've seen it work a ton of times in my job. It worked with me, and that's something that personally is a big one that I really want to work on expanding here.
Okay, terrific. So the next question is, there has been significant turmoil both within the commission and within city staff. How do you think that's best addressed?
So this is something I think I really bring to the table that most other candidates don't. When you look at kind of the leadership in the city commission now, there's some great people up there. But if you look at all their backgrounds, they come from the type of job where you mostly work on your own. Harvey's a fundraiser. Cynthia worked in government for a long time as a representative. Desmond's from a family business. There's a lot of people that, they work kind of on their own. Working as an electrician out in the fields, like my job was to get 8 or 10 people that may have a different idea about how to do things, that have a different system of values, that have a different view of the world, all kind of aimed together and pulling in the same direction to get the lights turned on. Like I've spent my whole life really trying to get groups of guys and gals working together on stuff. Both on the job site, as president of my local, as an apprenticeship teacher, as an activist in the community. I've got a lot of experience doing that. And I think that skill set is missing on the commission now.
Okay, terrific. All right, and the final question is, why should members of the business community vote for you?
Well, I'll tell you, the bad ones shouldn't, and I hope this do. So, I've worked pretty hard. Going back to the wage shift thing.
Mm-hmm.
One of the big constituents of people that came into back that was responsible contractors.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like you don't want to have to go out and bid work against a guy who's not paying his people and not providing any insurance and fly-by-night guys. There's a saying in construction that the pain of poor quality is going to way outlast the good you get from a low price. Mm-hmm. And so if you're a legitimate business owner, you want to see your employees do well. You want to see the community grow around you, right? So making sure that those people aren't having to compete against just fly-by-night, illegitimate type companies is something I think I will certainly bring to the table. Like I said, even just looking at bids across the city and stuff, the cheapest price you can always get is not the best. So I said, if you're a responsible business, if you're running a legitimate outfit, I really look forward to working with you. If you're stiffing your employees and you're doing things unsafely and you're acting irresponsibly, you're probably voting for the wrong guy.
Okay, that is a good perspective for sure, absolute certain. Okay, so now we have a little more time, and so this is your opportunity. That anything you didn't get to say, anything you want to expand on, wrap us up.
All right. I'll say this, and kind of going back to, I don't know how much time we got here.
We've got some time.
Right.
I'll let you know.
So I had a really interesting experience running for office, that really drove home a couple points for me and made it kind of brought a lot of things in perspective. So I went to file to run for office on a Tuesday. The next Tuesday, I went to the eye doctor because I was having some vision problems, and I figured I'm 45 years old. You're going to get glasses. So,
yeah, time for glasses.
So the eye doctor came out of the back with a yellow sticky note and said, go to the emergency room and tell them that you have this kind of brain tumor right now.
He did not.
Oh, he absolutely did. And I didn't even know it was a conversation you could have with an eye doctor. So of course, I go home, get my wife, we go to the emergency room, everything went fine. I have a new job, I've got decent insurance, we got through it okay. But if I didn't have insurance, I think my bills are up to about $125,000 now, which is pretty steep for a year's worth of stuff. So the doctors were great. Turns out my vision all came back. No long-term damage. Everything worked out. But after that, like, so many people have really stepped up and supported the campaign that, friends that you almost forget you had, and just, people that you'd interacted with all over the place. I've really been touched by how much support I've got from how many different areas. And it's because of the work I've done out there. The teachers have endorsed me both here and in Marion County, because when the state was doing really horrible things to the teachers, I was up there with them in Tallahassee, standing shoulder to shoulder, trying to stop the worst stuff from going on. The GRU workers and the city workers in Gainesville, the bus drivers have all endorsed me, because I've worked with them in the past. I know what issues they're facing, and they trust me to be a good voice for working class folks up there. I know more about GRU than anybody in this race, I say, because I've crawled through every one of the plants they have. I've seen the insides of them. The Sierra Club's endorsed me because I've got a good record on working with local environmental causes. And the list keeps going. The Human Rights Council and Stonewall have endorsed me because I was always there when I saw people's rights were being trampled on and they needed help. I've tried to step up and help. So it's been really amazing for me to see all that kind of come back and see people step up and have my back that I've had theirs over the years. And I think that has been probably the most touching or what I'm really going to take away most from this campaigning part of this. It's just been the support from the community that's come out. I really appreciate it.
Well, that's fantastic. And it is gratifying to hear that in, times like today where you hear a lot of bad and a lot of the negative things. So it is great to hear your story on that. So to wrap it up, I just wanted to make sure that everyone knows that the chamber is here to make sure that every voice is heard in our community. And we're going to make sure on our website you have all the resources you need to get to know all of our great candidates, and make sure you have the deadlines and dates you need to get over to our elections and cast your vote Tuesday, August 23rd. And we hope you do take that opportunity. James, it was great talking to you today. Thank you for spending time with us.
It was great talking to you too. Listen, you made this really easy. You're easy to talk to.